Hello, welcome back to Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. In this episode, we're going to explore Forest Haven and work our way into the Forbidden Woods, which is the second dungeon in the Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. Anyways, we just docked here in the last video, and we are going to work our way up. There's a lot of these new enemies, Deku Babas, very common enemy throughout the 3D Zelda series, and they're essentially the same thing in the Wind Waker, where you just have to slash at them till they go erect, and then you cut them from the stem. And by killing them in this game, you'll often get these like Deku seed pouches, and we'll use them for some stuff later on in the game, but we don't really need to worry about them now. But go ahead and pick them up as you get them. Anyways, we're just going to work our way up using our new item from the last dungeon, grappling hook, and it's just going to allow us to work our way across. If you just drop straight down into the water, then the current will take you down, make you have to work your way back up. So make sure to be careful and to not fall in. Okay, so let's see if he drops anything. Nope. Alright, so we got one more area to jump across and one more grappling hook section. So now the Forest Haven is supposed to be the Wind Waker's version of the Kokiri Woods from Ocarina of Time. It's the same area. We have the Deku Tree just like we did in Ocarina of Time, and well, we'll see a lot of the same elements and themes as we enter in this area. Okay, so now we're in here. There's a couple things we need to do. The first thing we need to do is talk to the Great Deku Tree, and the second thing we're going to do is get an really specific item that we need to capture in a bottle. That's why I am letting this fairy go, because I do need this empty bottle, and it's the only one I have at the moment. So we'll be getting that after we defeat some enemies here. Now, before we can talk to the Great Deku Tree, we need to kind of get his attention. Looking good. A lot more impressive than the one from Ocarina of Time. And it looks like he's been overrun by some choo-choos, so what we need to do is find a way to get these guys off of him. And to do that, just simply roll into, well, if it wants to work, which it doesn't seem to want to. Roll into his trunk, there we go. And then they'll all just fall off, and from there you just go ahead and defeat them. And they kind of swarm you, so you probably will take some damage, but they don't do very much damage to you at all, so just feel free to attack. You don't really need to worry about defense or anything here. I'm obviously not, since they don't do anything at all to you. And it's also a great way to stock up on some chew jelly that we can use to make potions, actually here right in the Great, or in the Forest Haven. Alright, so anyways, we're going to go ahead and collect a couple things in this video. One of them, of course, being that Deku Leaf. But before we do that, I want to capture a fairy of the sorts. Now there's this really bright, glowing, like, gem in the sky. Right back here. There we go. You can capture it in the bottle, and it's kind of hard to find, but it's a forest firefly, and this item will allow you to upgrade your Picto Box later on in the game, and it's really like difficult, and you can go through the entire game and not even realize that it's there. But alright, so what we're going to do now is work our way up using these Deku Baba plants. And this is not all that difficult, but what I find interesting about these Koroks guys right here is, as the Deku Tree mentioned, these are like the evolved form of the Kokurai from Ocarina of Time. It's kind of weird that the Kokurai needed to evolve at all. They were essentially just humans that lived in the forest with some slight like magical variation. So it's weird that they evolved just because of water to the point where they take this form. Now it doesn't really say that they necessarily evolve. It says that they take this form. So maybe they do this to hide, because the Kokurai were always this timid group. So maybe they are just kind of hiding out for now, using some kind of magic. But it's very interesting that they went this route with them, and they went the route of the Zoras turning into the Ritos. So this game definitely has some unique aspects to it that leaves a lot of room for Zelda speculation and theory. And it was with this new item, as it says, we can now essentially float. And according to the Korok and the big gigantic grassy arrow, we need to head that way. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we'll end up outside. Here we go. This does use magic power, so definitely make sure that you have enough magic and replenish as much as possible. As cutting down grass, and you'll generally get enough. So we're going to end up outside here in this last area before we end up inside of the dungeon, and it's just like a little area that we need to cross. As the Deku Tree said, it's impossible to get into the Forbidden Woods without flying. It's completely blocked off by land and ocean. So what we need to do is change the wind direction. And work our way over. So we're going to head to this kind of plateau in the ocean first, and then we'll use the cyclone over there to propel us up. and get to the higher up Forbidden Woods. Make sure you have your magic power fully replenished when you're going across this, otherwise odds are you'll end up not making, because that used about 75% of it just right there. Now this part here can be kind of tricky. You have to, timing is very important, and then at the end, if you see out on the horizon, there are these pea-hats that are flying around. If they hit you, you will fall right in and have to restart here at this plateau. So make sure that you time yourself very well, and that you just take care to avoid them. Now I'm going to mess up here. What you need to do is wait until the cyclone is just a little bit to your side and jump straight out, and it will like run into you and push you up and across. I kind of missed my chance to go at that point, so I had to wait for it to go all the way around. And I'm going to actually mess this up once, because I'm just completely, I haven't played this in a while, and I was thinking that the thing was faster. I mean, I'll make it, but I'm not going to be high enough. So if you do not use that cyclone, you will not be high enough, and you'll have to restart. So just go ahead, if you mess up, just go ahead and drop down, and you can redo this. So this time I'm going to check where I'm at. Don't forget to replenish if you mess up for your magic, and let's take a look. Isn't he cute? And so it's getting close, so I'm going to wait till it's right in my view, float into it, push me up, and now I will be able to fly right across. Avoid the pea-hats. They will kind of chase you down when you get close. Just kind of cut to the right, and you can avoid them for the most part. And that pretty much concludes this video, so don't forget to subscribe. Check out the next video where we will begin to explore the second dungeon in The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, which is the Forbidden Woods. Take care, everybody.